Major drama between Northwest and Blue Ivy. What in the Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, on the single ladies, all the single ladies is going on here? We got to talk about it, but before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian, and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So, girl, seriously, this shimmy is like, I don't know, bitch. It's like, I feel like I'm Thalia or Shakira, bitch. Tonight, you know my hips don't lie. A shimmy away keeps the drama away. Okay. All right. Listen. Welcome back. If you are brand new, my name is Sebastian. I'm your new messy best friend. The whole vibe on my channel is like we're on a FaceTime call. So if you're feeling a little low, you're feeling a little blue, you're feeling a little, oh, not blue ivy, you're feeling a little just in a bad place, or you feel a little lonely, or you want a companion to eat with you, or whatever it is, girl, you have found me. I don't care what we're doing. We might be on a lunch break. We might be falling asleep together. We might be on our way to work, girl. We might be waiting at the doctor's. Who knows, girl, where we're at? Or we might be in the bathroom, which in that case, you're nasty.
You're nasty.
Nasty? You are, you nasty.
Stinky little nasty beasts.
Oh, can't believe in you, nasty. Corey, you better wake up, you nasty. You know what? I heard that, you nasty.
Get me out of there. But listen, wherever we are, I'm grateful to be there with you. So get comfortable because we got to talk about Northwest and Blue Ivy. So Northwest has definitely been in the media for some time, right? There's been a lot of talk about Northwest, a lot of actual negative talk. People are saying that she does not look 12 years old. She just celebrated her 12-year-old birthday. And a lot of people are saying, oh my, they're literally talking about everything that has to do with Northwest, her appearance, her body, her everything. Now, how I approached it was she is being true to herself. I don't think that Northwest is your typical 12-year-old. When you are in such a famous family, I do believe you have to grow a lot faster. You have to be a lot more understanding of what you are doing and understanding that your actions have consequences for your family, for the brand, for it all, right? As much as they try to shield these celebrity kids, things fall into the cracks. They find out things that, you know, normal us don't have to deal with, right? And so having said that, I do think you mature a lot faster. But when I see Northwest, I see a fun, you know, messy 12-year-old who is experimenting with fashion and being bratty and just being a normal 12-year-old. I really don't see anything negative about the way she looks or her hair, you know, the blue braids or, you know, the outfits. I mean, I don't find anything she's doing inappropriate. A lot of people are saying that her makeup and her hair and her color of her hair and her outfits, and this is too grown, that a child at 12 should not be doing this. So then we have Blue Ivy, which she is currently on tour with Beyonce, and she's performing every single night. Mind you, I did not know Blue Ivy was 13 either, okay? I'll be so for real. These two, in my opinion, seem older. Not that they look, they seem older. And it goes with what I said before. At 12 and 13 years old, these two are doing things that are for grown-ups, performing on stage every single night, you know, going to concerts by themselves. They're so eloquent with the way that they stand, so firm in who they are. At 12 years old, bitch, you want to see a little reflection of what I was doing at 12 years old? I'm not even kidding, okay? Give me a second. Give me 1 second, girl. You could wait. Give me 1 second, girl, okay? You could wait. Hang on, bitch. Okay? You know what I was doing at 12 years old? Okay, you want to know? You got the limo out front. Ooh, oh. Okay? No. You know what I was doing at... Girl, you know what I was doing at that age? All right? You know what the fuck I was doing at that age? You get the best of both worlds. Okay, bitch. I was, oops, I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. I was in my room wearing a damn fucking t-shirt, okay? Pretending I was a damn pop star, all right? Pretending I was like fucking Ariel. You know, I was over there like, Prince Eric. Girl, that's the fuck what I was doing at 12 years old. Playing pretend, okay? And you know what else I was doing at 12 years old? Girl, you know what else? I was stalking like my crushes. I was prank calling. I was playing pretend. Girl, I still play pretend. I was doing concerts in my room. I was live in Madison Square Garden every fucking night, okay? I was making out with Joe Jonas, which was really a pillow. I was doing the most, all right? All right? And at 12 years old, look what the fuck they're doing, okay? It's a whole different breed of 12 years old, you know what I mean? Like, it is seriously a whole different, like, ball game for these 12 years old, you know, children these days. And it's not just, you know, Northwest or Blue Ivy, because it really isn't. It's everyone. I mean, I go to the mall or I go to stores or, you know, I see 15, 14, 13-year-olds nowadays, and they're all seem more grown up than I remember us at that age. You know what I mean? Like they're more like into the world, you know, and I fear because of technology, they don't have a lot of childhood. You know, everything is about social media, everything is about TikToks, everything is about fame, everything is about, you know, getting followers and this, that. So you kind of miss the imagination part. And I'm so grateful that I had that time because I got to, you know, I got to play more. You know what I mean? But Northwest and Blue Ivy, the difference here is that, and I'll say it, people respect Beyonce more than they respect Kim Kardashian. And that is why they put Blue Ivy in a stronger light and applaud her rather than Northwest. Northwest comes from Kardashian family, which is a very controversial family. And then you add Kanye West to the mix, which is even a bigger mess than anyone could have ever imagined. So of course, Northwest and Blue Ivy, they are put in different standards. You know what I mean? When in reality, these two are not at fault for anything of their parents. But because Beyonce is Beyonce, when people look at Blue Ivy on stage, they see perfection. And I will say this, Blue Ivy for this new tour, you could tell, went into rehearsals nonstop, worked on every single dance move, has perfected every single dance move, looks so confident rather than in the other tour that, you know, Beyonce did just a couple of years ago. People are often comparing the two Blue Ivies, and the way Blue Ivy handles the stage and handles the fans and handles everything, it is very inspiring, because at 12, 13, I could never do that shit. And then Northwest, she handles herself, I believe, very well. Now, she has a lot of bratty, we've seen a lot of bratty behavior from her, but she's also very confident in who she is. And I believe that is such an amazing thing. And honestly, I understand the Kardashians are not very liked, but I respect the hustle of the Kardashians. And I think that Northwest is seeing that even though they have money, they are still hustling, they are still working hard, they are still going to every meeting, showing up to work even if they're sick. And that is something that I always respect from the Kardashians, is their hustle. They have millions of businesses, and I think that is a wonderful thing for Northwest to learn, is work etiquette from, you know, their mother and her aunts. So having said all of that, I think at the end of the day, it comes down to, because it's Beyonce and it's Kim Kardashian. So that's what I think. If it was someone else as celebrated, as loved as Beyonce, I don't believe Northwest would get so much hate. But I do think it's because it's Kanye, it's Kim, Northwest is a result. And because it's Beyonce, Blue Ivy is the result. I think that these two are only 13 and 12 years old. I think that what they're doing is grand, okay? I could not even go to a mall by myself because I would be terrified. I admire, you know, them. I do pray and hope that they still have a childhood and enjoy and still play pretend, and, you know, but I do fear that this generation is a lot different than we were growing up. And I definitely feel like because of technology, it all went to hell. You know, I really do. And I wouldn't change my imaginary time, or my childhood. You know, I mean, my childhood was very traumatic, but you know, those moments of being a child, I will always be very grateful for. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about this Northwest and Blue Ivy mess? Do you think that has to do with their parents, or do you think that it's because they're both very different? I think also a lot of people criticize Northwest's performance at The Lion King, and then they compare it to Blue Ivy. I do think that Beyonce is a perfectionist, and I think that she has definitely installed that in Blue Ivy. And I think Kim is more like, express yourself the way you want to, but Beyonce is more like, you're gonna do it right, you know? And there's nothing wrong with either of them. So what do you all think? Let me know in the comments. As long as they're still being children, that's all that matters. But they definitely seem a lot older, because damn, they seem more mature than I could ever. I'm just comparing myself to that bitch. I'm in my late 20s and I'm still a fucking mess. Anyways, girl, love you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.